from the tea maker's point of view. But there are 3 only, and you want to collect data from 10, then what do you do? This is the kind of the problem. Okay, let me suggest you an option. The options could be that you think of ways and means where such situation is applicable, not necessarily in automobile dealers only. This situation can be applicable or maybe faced by other businessmen also who are not in automobile dealers, who are not into that business. Now, having got this idea, can you suggest in the chat box, of course, same format, your roll number and your suggestion. So what kind of business are possible other than auto dealers, wherein this can also be, you can also contact the others who may also be facing the similar situation. Repair centers is one. Which repair centers are you saying? No, so just one second.
Automobile.
Hold on. Just hold on, please. Hold on. You are writing, say, for example, Shabez has written electronic shops. So means, think of a situation, electronic shop is such which is selling a product in December within a warranty of extendable up to next December. Isn't it? Only then it will be applicable. Like this, you write. Continue now. This scenario should be more or less the same as that of Calcutta Motors. Mobile servicing centers or raw materials for machines. What does it mean, Adil? Can you explain?
Sir, I mean to say that a company which, a machine are sometimes put together by obtaining raw materials from different companies. So a company which sells raw materials for a certain machine, if the raw material is, faulty, if it is not properly aligned, it gets back sometime. Can that also be considered?
All right, maybe think of a better scenario. How about, okay, inverter and battery dealers? Good. Okay, someone has written investment companies. Hassan, can you elaborate? How will the situation be similar to Calcutta Motors? Yes, Hassan.
Sir, in my opinion, so we have to look both the scenarios.
Go ahead, continue.
So we can find that.
Yes, go ahead.
So actually there are some connectivity issue.
कोई बात नहीं, आराम से सोच के बताइएगा, इतना ना हो. Somebody has okay, but continue thinking, and that if whenever your audio or this internet issue is solved, just speak. Alternatively, you can write in the chat box. Somebody has also mentioned RO services, RO, the water purification system. So they sell RO and commit certain free services, and those services may not necessarily be completed within one financial year. So how do they address this issue? Okay. Now, you may have a closer look at the chat box, or if possible, you may just copy this chat into a Word file, so that you may have a look at it later also, and then think if you are finding it difficult, if it is hard to, if it is really hard to find out about the dealer, and then you may go for an alternate options also, because the situation will be the same. It doesn't matter whether it is auto or mobile or what. It should be similar to that of Calcutta Motors. Secondly, I have written in the classroom instruction. I have said it yesterday also. Once again, I am repeating. If you do not wish to take up because of the pandemic situation, I do not wish myself to be exposed like this, or your parents do not wish you to go out for this, you can you can conveniently ignore it. It will not at all affect your grades. You just simply write, I am no more interested for the reason I am just I just do not wish to expose myself. So I mean, I'll never. It is just because of the situation. You all will be exempted from that. All right. Now let me just have a look of this one. How many of you have you marked the attendance part there in the Google Classroom? I think only 3 have done. Oh, now 46 have done it. Good. Out of 64 assigned, 46 have done it. The 46 have mentioned present. Naturally, no one will write absent. So I'll go through its output after the class is over, and then I'll see why is it happening. Because yesterday there were 81 of you present. When I copied the data in Excel and counted, there were only 70 or 71. So 10 of you might have forgotten, or you might have some connectivity issue, but should be recorded. At this time around, because we will have inshallah 6 classes in this week, today as well as tomorrow. So your attendance will not be counted for 4 days, but for 6 days. This is our week 4 or 5th? Let me check.
Sir, fifth week.
This is
Fifth week, sir.
fifth week and 5th day.
Sir, 21st, day 21.
Day 21. Day 21. Okay, day 21 of. All right. But whenever you say week, so whatever number of classes are held in that week could be less than 4, more than 4 will be counted in that week only. So today is day 21st. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
It's day
Yes, sir.
21st. Okay. So I'll after that is tomorrow on Saturday, whatever number of classes you have attended, you will add them to the previous one and send it tomorrow once the class is over, maybe around that time. Let us go back to the subject that we were yesterday. I had explained to you the process of recording, adjustment, and paste. And you saw how 3 transactions were illustrated. The remaining 3, some hints were also provided. I hope you were in a position to do that on your own. If there are questions there, please ask. If not, I'll move on to the next one. Yes. Oh, there are some clarification that you need, or this is okay. Okay. If no questions, I'll proceed. I'll just share the screen for the current class. We were here, and this part was explained. So we are moving ahead as there are no more questions here. Refer to the pages uploaded. This is what we planned for day 20 and 20th in one go. Uploaded in Google Classroom, and look at this. Okay, this is fine. This is okay. This all we have covered. So I'll now. What is the next one for day 21st? Once this part is over, we may go to the explanation of the financial statements of the company. This is what the, no, there is one more schedule for the day, schedule included in the daily schedule. This one, detailed exercise on business records or detailed exercise on accounting records. That part it was already conveyed to you through teaching this material, and it goes from, let me just refer to the pages. It goes from, yes, page numbers. It starts on page number 55 and goes up to page number 63. Okay, from 55 to 63, you can say. Yes, from page number 55 to 62 or 63. So this was meant for today's discussion. This by a detailed exercise means it has journal entries, ledger, trial balance, everything, which not only includes the transaction that we completed so far, but transactions of some different natures are also included. So if you can take out these pages from 55 onwards, go through these and ask me what is to be done. In each, the task will be simpler. We will be in a position to complete it earlier. Otherwise, reading it and then asking and all take time. You still 63 have turned up out of, but there are more. There are 70 in the class as per the meet data. 70 to 3, if we take out 2, we can take out 68. So 60 more to turn in. Four, 5 of you have not yet turned in. Either you are busy somewhere or you have not accessed the classroom or what. Are there anyone present in the class who have not accessed Google Classroom? If I am audible to each one of you, so those of you who have not accessed or who have not joined the Google Classroom, they can at least tell me that they are not able to access. Oh, it could be, no, I got it. The reason is, but it is 8:14. I set the limit at 8:10. But even if it is there, it will show as turned in late, isn't it?
Sir, it is
सर अपने
8.
रात में 8-10 की था
जी,
टाइमिंग
Sir, it is PMs. So
it is the timings shown are PM.
yes, sir, आपने रात का टाइम डाल दिया 2010.
अच्छा, इसमें गलती,
Instead of 8.
अगर इसको, अगर वेट, अगर इसको हम, इसका जो टाइम है वो PM हो गया, करेक्ट. तो उस टाइम को अगर हम एडिट करके, let me do it 8:20 for example. Okay, let me do it 8:20 AM. So the 8:20 AM, is that all right? Suppose I have saved it 8:20.
Yes, sir.
It should solve the problem. See, there is no problem for you as such, because you can turn it until now. It has been changed to 8:20 AM. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, right now. It's perfectly fine.
So complete it before 8:20. It is just to test whether this system works. If it works, then we can have it additional. I mean, apart from you entering your roll number, this is also possible. Once you complete that, those of you who have completed, come back to now 67 have turned in. Good. So 67 means how many of you are present in the class? What does the data show?
So 69. So 69 are present.
Including me, and Adil is accessing with 2 devices or is still 1? 2. So 2 can be subtracted from, okay, 671 minus 2, 69. Okay. Now come back to the pages that I have referred them to you. I hope you all have access to those pages. See, it is always desired. Once again, I repeat several times, I have already. that whatever is planned for the day, if you spend some time at home, you will further learn, your understanding will further improve, because the time that you will be spending here in reading, you could have saved it by reading it at home before joining the class. Otherwise, there is no purpose of sharing everything with you in advance. Okay. So are there some transactions which you feel I should clarify to you, or
Sir, the entry for October 4th.
fourth?
There is revenue.
Okay,
Sorry.
good. No, you have correctly said. A very good thing that you have pointed out. What will be the entry? Don't turn to page number 56. None of you should turn to page number 56. Just stay on page number 55 only. Look for October 4th. Signed an agreement with Auto Matric Electrical Limited to repair their office building roof for rupees 2 lakh. Work to be completed by 1982. What entry will be made? What will be debited and what will be credited?
So there's nothing to be credited and debited yet.
Because,
So the invoice has not been generated.
okay, any other reason? Any other explanation? Any other explanation? I am writing a question, just answer that. All of you agree with what Adil has said?
I think so. It's right. Adil has said right because the work will be completed by December. And then only the invoice will be generated. So that is the reason why I think the balance hasn't been mentioned there.
But I asked you not to go to page number 55 onwards.
So, sir, previously we have gone to that page, so I have mentioning
Okay, you
of
can
it.
recall. Now
Yes, sir.
I'm posting a question that one of you, let us say Adil, has maintained that no entry will be passed, and he has also explained the reason. The question is, which accounting convention has guided you here? Write your roll number and your accounting convention. See, at times, several of you, if not several, at least quite a good percentage of you, do not reply to such questions. So even if you don't know, just write your roll number and say you do not know. So I will be able to explain to you, even privately you can ask me. But not answering a question sends two different signals. Either you don't know, you do not wish to answer. You should, if you don't, there is no harm. I am paid for that. That is what I am here. So do mention your answer. Do show your presence here. Just like in a physical classroom, although it is no substitute, let us hope we start meeting in the classroom as soon as possible. But still, whatever best we can do within the scenario, we are trying to do. Okay, fine. This is correct. Your answer, revenue recognition, and the reason Adil has cited and most of you have understood also is correct. Okay, now next, go further. Check.
So my question is that is agreement not a tool of revenue recognition?
Come on again, Arma.
Sir, is agreement not a tool of revenue recognition?
Not
If there is
a
tool.
tool of revenue recognition. Okay. Can you recall the stages which I had described while explaining the revenue recognition?
Yes, sir. Particularly the
Okay.
raising
Yes, you
invoice.
can recall. You can recall. The first, stage could be that the company who is dealing into a particular product just saw an advertisement. Can that recognize revenue? It is just like that you saw an advertisement from the university that university is offering admission in MBA. At that stage, can somebody say that he or she is an MBA? At what
No,
stage?
sir.
At what stage can someone say he or she is an MBA?
So when an admission card is generated against the name, against his or her name.
एडमिशन कार्ड जनरेशन में तो आपका दाखिला हुआ है. आप जब कह पाएंगे जब आपका रिजल्ट आपके हाथ में.
सर डिग्री के बाद
डिग्री भी नहीं, आई मीन डिग्री भी नहीं. ओके, अब देखिए
फाइनल सेमेस्टर के रिजल्ट के बाद.
रिजल्ट के बाद डिग्री में नॉट बी इशूड. डिग्री आप बाद में ले लेंगे, आपके ड्यूज क्लियर नहीं है, आपने यूनिवर्सिटी में पैसे वैसे जमा नहीं किए तो डिग्री तो नहीं देगी यूनिवर्सिटी. होता नहीं ऐसा भी. So several people do not collect their degrees. Several people do not collect their degrees for several reasons. Dues may not, I mean just joking, dues may not be degree. They don't need degree. They don't need their mark sheet. They join a company and they forget about everything. I continue receiving, when I was working as a controller of examination, I used to receive degrees of maybe 30 years old, 40 years old. Once I received a request of somebody who was 70 plus from Pakistan. He told he needs degree badly and very urgently. So he was speaking on phone. Ruedad Khan, I can even recall his name. I asked him, sir, why are you so desperate? So then only he informed me that I am planning to contest an election, and if I am a master's only then I am eligible in this. So I told just I'll take not more than 30 minutes. So he couldn't believe his ears. Bole, what are you saying? 30 days or 30 minutes? I told less than 30 minutes. Our records are systematic. I just called the person, took out the records, and I told him the name that you have written now is wrong. In your degree, the spelling is like this. You are from Rampur. So he was, I mean, he was almost crying. How is it possible? Maybe it is your institution anyway. Somebody wrote, I am but pardon, I will have to. Okay, go ahead. No issues. Not an issue at all. Please proceed. Okay. So degree issued is not the moment your result is declared pass. You can. So out of several stages, you saw an advertisement, you appeared in the test, you appeared in written test, your name was displayed in the list. That too you cannot say because it is subject to verification of your documents. Your documents were found in order, you joined, you paid fees, or you did not pay. Will it be dependent on payment of fees? No. Fee can be paid later also because again, for the university, it is accrual system. University will not consider you as a student only when you pay fees. So you join the class, you appear in the test, you appear in the examination, and finally your result is out. CGPI 9.999. हंस रही है अनम. 9.999. Okay, you can say that now you have earned your degree. So in this particular situation, this is what the reason was. Okay. Further questions? Is that clear to you?
Yes,
Somebody
it is. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then you can think of similar businesses and see at what stage do they realize. There may be, depending on the kind of business one is in, it differs. Maybe in a construction business, usually they take, let us say, 3 years before they can hand over the flat. They started the construction today and the flat will be handed over, let us say, in the 4th financial year. So will they continuously show losses for 3 years and huge profit in 4th year? Isn't it? This being the situation, because the sale has not been fully materialized, it doesn't happen like this. There are rules for them. They can recognize revenue up to, let us say, 80% of the profits, 80% of the work completed. In 1 year, they have completed 1/4 of the flat. So 80% of 1/4 will be recognized as revenue. In second year, they have completed 50% of the flat. So 80% of 50% will be taken as revenue. They may be receiving money in advance from their customers. The money that they receive in advance from their customers, will they consider it as a liability or income?
So liability.
So
So
liability,
that
it will be
they
considered
still
as
have to provide
liability.
the services, no? It is advance.
Liability. Now assume that company considers it as liability. So in the balance sheet of first, second, and third year, there will be huge liability. In profit loss account,
It depends.
what will happen in profit and loss account? Will there be any profit?
Sir, जब advance receive होता है तो we deduct it from the revenues generated, no?
No,
So
that is what I am raising this question.
So if it
Ordinarily,
is less than 80%, then it will be considered as revenue. But if it is more than 80%, then we'll consider it as advance payment.
yes. If somebody, see, you have recognized revenue up to a particular limit prescribed by the law. The idea I am making here is not to teach you law. The idea here is the situation of revenue recognition will differ from industry to industry and situation to situation. Accordingly, we have taken a judicious call. Otherwise, if these companies continue to show money received as an advance as liability, that means nothing can be shown as income. When nothing can be shown as an income, there will be losses only. Who will buy the share of such company which is in reality into profit, but its financial statements are showing losses? So this is a case of a small project that I have said in construction company. Think of a construction business where the project takes maybe 10 years. Maybe some big dam is being constructed, some plaza is being constructed, some toll road. So there are projects which may take 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. So accordingly, situation are changed. This is what I just wanted to convey. Go ahead. Next question. Any other part which is not clear to you?
So a little doubt on the transaction of 23rd October, where we say that we have paid office rent for 3 months,
Okay.
October to December, and
Okay.
this is being done on 23rd October. Would
Okay.
we say that 23rd the rent for October would be our expense, and the rent for November and December would be our advance expense?
There is a okay. I got your question. Has everybody understood the doubt Adil has raised?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
His apprehensions are right or wrong. His apprehension that we should consider or we may consider the rent for October for this month and rent for November and December as an advance.
Sir, we can't consider it as an advance because the accounts has not closed. The accounting year is not
Very
finished yet.
Very good.
So
Under what?
that's why.
Okay. Which convention Reza is guiding you here?
Periodicity.
Periodicity.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
What does periodicity require?
So according to periodicity, we have to follow a constant accounting year throughout the life cycle of business.
Adil, is that clear now?
yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Because if this is so, then this month can be split into days. You pay rent for the month, but you stay on daily basis. आपने 1 महीने का रेंट पे किया जनवरी में 31 दिन का, तो सिर्फ 1 दिन का रेंट जिस दिन आप रह रहे हैं वो तो रेंट है, बाकी 29 डेज आपका एडवांस है. फिर अगले दिन आपने एंट्री की, फिर अगले दिन की. So as a result, you will be in the process of recording business entries and not selling cars or buying computers. Okay. Revenue recognition, Ahmad Hayyan is not there because the question that Adil asked was, okay, we have paid rent for 3 months. The entire 3 months fall within the same accounting period. Therefore, matching also will not come into being. Revenue recognition will also not come into being. It's only periodicity which is guiding you. Hayyan, is that fine now?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Good. Go ahead. Next question. Those of you, once again, 2 of you have joined, somebody has joined. Just post your answer of your question in the assignment section of Google Classroom. Still only 68. Should be 70. 2 more have missed. They are not listening or their system is not working. I do that. Okay. Then what else? Shall I turn on the page, or you still have any doubt on this page up to 31st October? Okay. Anything related to discussion available on ledger on page 56 and 57? 58. Okay, nothing else there, that you can move. I mean, no need to, spend time like just merely sitting. Move on. Page 59, 60, 61. They are all mechanical. Once you know how to transfer to ledger, then you do it automatically. Then you reach up to page number 63. Is it of the same company? Correct. Perfect payment. And up to this part I had explained to you before also. And you prepared the accounting equation for that. So this portion of detailed exercise, because you have been able to do, because it was available to you in printed form before, but for the practice purposes, you better go through any book on accounting of either graduation or post-graduation, wherever, and you see how the transactions are generalized, how they are recorded in ledger, trial balance, balance sheet, including adjustment entries. Look for several types of adjustment entries. In the class, I can at best explain 1, 2, 3, 4, but wherever you have doubt of any category of entry of any either adjustment or routine or regular, just post me in the group. If you come to know after the classes, or if in the class, then you ask me, I will be able to answer that. On these entire 6, 7 or 8 pages, if there are no doubts, I can take up some other matter. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Maybe about a week ago, there was an error. In typing GST in debit side and credit side. The question was, which type of error was it? Somebody said this error, somebody said that error. And if I say, okay, none of the answers were correct, do you still have a fresh answer? No. None? Let me explain. If you don't have an answer, I am here to explain. When we talked about the errors, what was the heading of errors? Prior to discussing the errors, what did I write as its heading? What errors did we discuss? What were those errors?
So error of omission, commission, principal.
You are explaining the types of errors. I am asking, what were those errors? The errors were those, if those errors are present in the trial balance, even if both sides are equal, isn't it? What were the categories?
Yes.
The category of those errors was that even if the errors are present in our accounting records, yet trial balance would be equal. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You
Good,
said
good.
that the trial balance is
Yes,
only
yes.
a mathematical work.
Mathematical proof of accuracy of our accounts. Okay. Does this hint give you some different answer? Okay, not. Fine. No worry. The error which was caused by me innocently, inadvertently, will that result in equal trial balance or unequal? the error that was caused there that you saw on the screen in one of the slides, will that result in equal trial balance, matched trial balance, or a disturbed trial balance?
Unequal trial balance. So,
Unequal trial balance. When the trial balance is unequal, what do?
Suspense account.
No, immediately we don't come to suspense account. It is ultimately you can come, you are right. Ultimately you will go to the suspense account, but you will certainly try to find out that there is an error, isn't it? So omission, commission, compensating, and etc. principle, they are caused only when the trial balance is equal. And because of this, anti-trial balance will not be equal. So that means it does not belong to those category of errors. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The error caused in such a way that both sides of trial balance are affected equally. Could be compensating, could be principal, could be this, could be that. But an error which results in unequal trial balance will not be at least of these four. It will be a different one. Is the issue clear now?
Yes, sir. But so which kind of error would it
Yes,
be?
that I am telling you. It is known as clerical error. Which one?
Clerical.
Clerical. And such errors are usually detected immediately. I have explained it to you before also. Maybe you may not be able to recall because you have not studied enough of accounting. Students from commerce can recall on which day this error will be detected. Before you can answer this question, you should be sure what is being discussed. Adil, did you write before I spoke, or it was written after?
No, sir, just in order to, confirm the spelling and
Okay, good. You are right. Good. I thought you might have thought it before because I didn't look at it simultaneously. So my question was, how soon will that kind of error be detected? A student from commerce perhaps can.
Before closing the accounts.
No, Karan, no. Closing the account will take place. Suppose this happened on 1st of January. Accounts are being closed on 31st December. It will not wait for 365 days. Someone else.
The company might maintain its trial balance on a
No. See, before you complete your answer, I know what you are going to say. So that is why I start saying no. I am telling you that all of you will take time. The student from commerce may or they should answer it immediately. Okay, let me give you a second clue. That company is maintaining the accounts manually. Can you think of how soon will this be detected? Third clue. Shall I give? What is it, Emma?
When ledgers are maintained.
No. That's what I'm saying. Okay, you may not be able to answer because you have not gone through that process. A student of commerce actually go through that process, and further it comes, by and large, when people actually see the accounts, how these are being maintained. I have been through that process for 3 years in my life.
So by auditing?
No. Audit तो भाई बाद में होगा accounts के. Audit कब होगा? Audit कब होता? Audit तो जब accounts. जी.
Sir, this error is committed while copying and writing.
हो सकता तुम जो कहना चाह रही हो नहीं कह पा रही हो, तुम जानती हो, फिर दोबारा से बताओ.
Sir, I think this error is committed while copying and writing the transactions.
It is established that error has been committed. Now the question being
So like posting from journal to ledger?
No. The question here is how soon will this error be detected? अच्छा, आप कह रहे हैं
Sir, as soon as they recognize it.
as soon as when will you recognize it?
Sir, जब दिख जाएगी तो सही कर देंगे उसे.
कब recognize करोगे ये तो बताओ.
हाँ, ये भी question है sir.
So in the closing hours when the books
दिन
are
के end में
एक सेकंड some answer perhaps is expected. Say it again. इसे
सर
कंटिन्यू
दिन
करो.
के end में
हाँ, दिन के एंड में कैसे ये बताओ.
yes sir सब बुक्स जब इंस्पेक्ट की जाती है एक बार फिर से
नहीं तुमने तो ये जनरल आंसर दिया. इट्स नॉट एन अकाउंटिंग आंसर. When will you detect it? If suppose okay, I think you're taking long time. Let me give you further clues. Third, fourth you करिए. I told you that you are maintaining account manually. Next clue is that every day you complete the day's assignment. आप जनरल पूरा कर लेते हैं, लेजर पूरा कर लेते हैं, ट्रायल बैलेंस नहीं करते, क्योंकि ट्रायल बैलेंस तो जब करेंगे जब आप जनरल लेजर पूरा करके तभी ऑफिस से अपने घर जाते हैं. अगर मैं कहूँ शाम को ही ये एरर डिटेक्ट हो जाएगी. It is the last clue. If you cannot, I will come up with the answer.
सर जितना पैसा आया उसको एंट्री से मैच कर.
ये क्रेडिट की एंट्री थी. चलो इमीडिएटली सपोज ये और एंट्री थी भी क्रेडिट की, कैश की तो थी नहीं. जीएसटी में लिखी गई थी ना 2 फिगर्स गलत. वन प्लेस 4700 एंड अनदर प्लेस 7400. ये मान लीजिए कुछ भी. सपोज ये अगर कैश की एंट्री है तब तो आप सही कह रहे हैं कि ये डिटेक्ट हो जाएगी, बिकॉज यू विल काउंट कैश बिफोर लिविंग. And when the two figures, actual cash and the cash in books of account does not match, you will detect it. अब मैं
फिर तो टाइम लग सकता है थोड़ा.
जी
सर फिर तो टाइम लग सकता है थोड़ा हफ्ते.
अरे बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं लगने का, बिल्कुल टाइम. चलिए वन फाइनल क्लू. आप जब जर्नल बनाते हैं तो यू राइट वन अमाउंट इन डेबिट साइड, अनदर अमाउंट इन क्रेडिट साइड. ऐसा ही तो करते हैं ना.
यस सर.
Before you एक पेज पर suppose you have written 10 entries. So before you turn the next page, what do you do?
बैलेंसिंग से कैलकुलेट करते हैं टोटल.
दोनों तरफ का टोटल कैलकुलेट करते हैं. जब दोनों तरफ का टोटल
Yes, sir.
कैलकुलेट करोगे तो क्या होगा? सेम आएगा, डिफरेंट आएगा?
डिफरेंट आएगा. yes
क्या आप आगे बढ़ जाएंगे उसको सही किए बगैर?
नहीं सर.
no sir
आप जब उसको चेक करेंगे तो आपको how would you, okay, now the people from mathematics or in general people not specialized in mathematics, suppose you get a difference of 1000 rupees. एक साइड का टोटल 9000 है, दूसरे का 10000 है, तो क्या करेंगे आप?
सर कैलकुलेशन चेक करेंगे. अगर कैलकुलेशन में गड़बड़ी आएगी तो फिर हम लोगों को DRCR देखना पड़ेगा. मतलब हम लोगों ने लेजर प्रॉपर्ली मेंटेन किया है नहीं किया है.
कोई आसान तरीका है इसका?
तो बैलेंस ऐड कर सकते.
नहीं
सर जहाँ डेबिट है वहाँ क्रेडिट कर देंगे.
देखिए उसका तरीका फिर भी आपका करेक्ट आंसर नहीं है. एक तरह का टोटल 9000 आ रहा है, दूसरे तरह का 10000 आ रहा है, तो आपका डिफरेंस आया 1000. आप ये करेंगे कि 1000 को 2 से डिवाइड करेंगे. द आंसर विल बी 5. अब आप ये देखेंगे कहीं 500 डेबिट का क्रेडिट तो नहीं हो गया. अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ यू विल लुक फॉर ए फिगर ऑफ 500. आसानी से मिल जाएगी अगर है तो. अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ देन यू विल सी ए फिगर ऑफ 1000. कहीं 1000 की फिगर मिसिंग तो नहीं हो गई. देन अगर ऐसा भी नहीं है देन यू विल लुक फॉर थर्ड फिगर ऑफ द एंटायर दीज थिंग्स. 2 की जगह 3 तो नहीं लिखा गया. ओनली देन मान लीजिए कोई फिगर है 35,695,000, तो जो थर्ड डिजिट वाली फिगर है उसको आप देखें. इन द डेज वेयर देयर वर नो इवन कैलकुलेटर्स. कैलकुलेटर भी बहुत आम नहीं थे. देवर कैलकुलेटर्स बट अवेलेबल समवेयर इन फॉरेन कंट्रीज. कोई दुबई से आया वो कैलकुलेटर ले आया. इट यूज्ड टू बी ए न्यूज़. ये आप सब लोगों के लिए इससे कहानी होंगे बट इट वाज अ रियलिटी. पीपल यूज्ड टू बी गिवन अकाउंटिंग स्टूडेंट्स 10 pages, 12 pages, 8 pages of full escape sheets with different figures written. Just like that different figures written, and they were asked to total all those sheets and go to the next page just to practice their totals. आप में से किसी ने कभी शहर में से जाकर सामान खरीदा है? सिटी में किसी ने किसी ग्रोसरी शॉप से सामान खरीदा जो टिपिकल किराना शॉप होती?
यस सर मैंने खरीदा है.
खरीदा है. आपने जिससे खरीदा है जो टोटल करता है, मान लीजिए 20-25 आइटम्स, आपने देखा कैसे टोटल करता है वो?
सर वो कैलकुलेटर यूज करते हैं आज के टाइम पे.
नहीं. अच्छा चलिए तुम्हें उसके पास चली गई हूँ जिसके पास कैलकुलेटर हो, क्योंकि तुम कंप्यूटर साइंस से हो. अगर आर्ट्स वार्ट्स की होती तुम उसके पास जाती जो कैलकुलेटर. दे डू इट सो फास्ट एंड आई हैव नेवर परहैप्स इन माय लाइफ नोटिस्ड एनी मिस्टेक मेड बाय देम. They will, I'll just, they will go like this. 10 total, just like this, so fast.
सर बाराद्वारी में अगर आप पुरानी किराना शॉप पे जाओगे तो मोस्टली आज भी अब कैलकुलेटर आ गया है, पहले के टाइम पे जैसे आप बता रहे हैं कि वो जल्दी जल्दी कैलकुलेट करते थे,
उन्हीं की बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं उन्हीं की बात कर रहा हूँ, 12 द्वारी 13 द्वारी जो है, मैं उसी की बात कर रहा हूँ. So now come back to the issue that we were discussing. How could you detect the same day when you total both? That is why आप लोग रिकॉल नहीं कर सकते नॉन कॉमर्स के, क्योंकि इतनी सारी चीजें कहाँ. आई टोल्ड यू लॉजिक ऑफ राइटिंग दीज अमाउंट्स ऑन टू साइड्स. एक भी लिख सकते हैं ना, व्हाई शुड बी राइट ट्वाइस if there is no compound entry, if in one entry there are not several debits and not many credits. The logic was this only, because if you see your trial balance, both sides not being equal, and there are 10,000 entries, you will take months and months time to identify where the mistake took place. It was a mammoth task, very very difficult. I mean, almost, I mean, you will take months and months and years to identify where they missed. So that is why at each stage they were very cautious. If one page is absolutely fine, then they will go to the next page. Likewise, at the end of month or a year and all, they will face no problem. So that was the logic. All right. So this is what we had planned for the day. If there are some concerns, okay, fine. This findomega.com, how far have you reached? Has anyone corrected the mistakes in those pages? People of your generation should not take this time. You have access to several softwares which can correct that, isn't it? But don't do that. Don't use those. At least learn and then correct it. So let us decide that you will submit it by this Monday, by this Sunday. Will that be okay? And Calcutta Motors the next Sunday.
So find Omega, so can you please extend it a little bit more?
फाइंड ओमेगा को एक्सटेंड कर दीजिए.
अच्छा, अभी तक आप फाइंड कर नहीं पाए ओमेगा को.
यस सर, एक दो चीजें और हैं वो सबमिट करनी है, इस वजह से थोड़ा सा एक्सटेंशन दे दीजिए.
Will the next Monday, next Sunday, that is अभी coming Sunday किस डेट को होगा? Coming Sunday will be on
6 होगा सर.
6 February. Yes.
6th of Feb.
which one?
So 6th February, exactly.
नहीं मतलब next Sunday सही रहेगा.
13th
13th. Omega 13th और Calcutta Motors also on 13th.
20.
सर 20.
मुझे
Yes, sir, 20.
आप में से अगर चाहें कुछ लोग तो इम्तिहान के बाद भी जमा कर सकते हैं. आपको ये भी ऑप्शन है कि आप नेक्स्ट ईयर जमा करें. एक बात मुझे सोच के बताइएगा, कल आज नहीं, अब तो क्लास का टाइम खत्म होने वाला है, कल सोच के बताइएगा. आपको एक असाइनमेंट दिया जाता है, यू हैव अदर असाइनमेंट्स ऑल्सो. आपको एक असाइनमेंट दिया जाता है जिसके लिए यू नीड 1 आवर और 1 हफ्ते का टाइम है. यू हैव 1 वीक्स टाइम और दैट डे फॉर एग्जाम्पल इज संडे. आपको मंडे में असाइनमेंट दिया गया, आपको संडे में जमा करना है. आने वाले असाइनमेंट विल रिक्वायर 1 आवर. आप में से कितने ऐसे हैं जो उसी वक्त से उसको अटेम्प्ट करना शुरू कर देंगे और कितने ऐसे हैं जो संडे अगर 5 बजे का टाइम है तो संडे में 2 बजे लेके उसको शुरू करें? क्या इस डेटा का नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व हो सकता है या स्कीम्ड होगा? अगर आपसे ये सवाल किया जाए और उसको बहुत से ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर दिया जाए, आई विल स्टार्ट शार्प ऑन संडे इटसेल्फ, सॉरी मंडे इटसेल्फ. मैं ट्यूसडे में करूँगा, मैं हो सकता है वेडनेसडे तक कर लूँ और मैं इसको थर्सडे में टेकअप करूँगा. मैंने अभी प्लान ही नहीं किया, मैं इसको संडे के जो लास्ट टाइम है उससे 2-4 घंटे पहले लेके बैठूंगा. मैं अपने किसी दोस्त से पूछूंगा कि तुमने कर लिया होगा, बता दो, मैं कॉपी वॉपी कर दूँ. तो क्या इस डेटा का अगर हम कर्व प्लान करेंगे, प्लॉट करेंगे, तो नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कर्व होगा या स्कीम्ड होगा?
सर स्कीम्ड होगा, नॉर्मल नहीं होगा.
नॉर्मल नहीं होगा, होगा नहीं.
यस सर, नॉर्मल नहीं होगा.
तो इसीलिए बहरहाल मुझे आई डोंट माइंड, मैं तो इसके लिए भी तैयार हूँ कि आप मुझे अगले सेशन में कुछ लोग देना चाहें. कुछ हैं ऐसे जो अगले सेशन में देना चाहेंगे इसे?
नहीं सर,
नहीं चाहेंगे.
नो सर, इसी सेशन में दे देंगे.
सेशन में दे देंगे आपको. वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन सबमिटिंग इन दिस सेशन ओनली.
we are interested in submitting in this session. And आज की क्लास में थे there were 72. ओके, कोई हर्ज नहीं, ठीक है। अब आप जो है you can leave the class and we will see you tomorrow.
Okay, sir.